Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video, and this is what you voted for. So I did a little poll in the Discord server, if anyone doesn't know, and I asked what idea you guys wanted to see next, and the idea that won was the Simpsons Wrestling Part 2, which is whatever, sure. So that will be the update I'm bringing you today, guys. It's a Simpsons Wrestling Idea Part 2. Now, I'm probably going to do this more often. I'm going to do like a little poll in the Discord server to see which idea you guys want to see next. For as long as I've got ideas in the works, like I've got like loads kind of stockpiled at the minute, loads of different ideas that I want to show you guys eventually. I just need to work on quest lines really for most of them, and tasks, which I always find it's probably the most tedious part, but I enjoy it somewhat. I mean, some I enjoy more than others. But so today I'm going to be bringing you the Simpsons Wrestling Part 2, as I said. So yeah, we'll get into it. Before I start though, I want to say this was something I kind of did as an experiment. Now, I don't particularly want a Simpsons Wrestling Part 2. Actually, I kind of don't. I'd rather they didn't do a Part 2. But I thought it'd be an interesting kind of experiment to try and kind of stick by what the Simpsons Wrestling 1 was. So, for example, I know I said in my critique of Part 1 that I think they could have added characters like Bill and Marty and you know, these kind of radio personalities or people like that, loosely add them because they could commentate on the wrestling. However, I decided not to do that for this. I've decided to stick with what the Simpsons Wrestling, the first event did, and that was only add wrestling characters, these kind of one-off characters that have made very brief appearances. So that's what I've decided to do with my idea. But I've kind of added a little twist, which I hope you guys will enjoy. So anyway, let's get into it. So to start off, Dr. Hillbilly arrives at Springfield. This is Dr. Hillbilly, and he is determined to take Grandpa's title of the best wrestler. He tells the town that he has wanted to stomp the opposition and prove he is and always will be Springfield's best wrestler. So you make Grandpa accept the challenge, and this will unlock Honest Abe if you haven't unlocked him already. Grandpa as Honest Abe challenges Dr. Hillbilly to a wrestling match, but Dr. Hillbilly tells Honest Abe that first he will need to get through his previous opponents if he wants to challenge him. So you make Honest Abe warm up, and this will unlock the fancy wrestling ring and a free token. So the wrestling ring, obviously, we got that in the last update, so this will unlock. You can place this in your town if you haven't unlocked it already. But if you have unlocked this and you haven't got any of the previous stuff anyway, you unlock this token, and this token can be used to get any of the previous wrestling stuff and a few more things. Obviously, if you have got all of them already, then you can just convert this token into donuts. So the fancy wrestling ring. So I propose they add basically this new kind of thing to the wrestling ring. So instead of just sending Springfielders on so many tasks to earn the different act currency, I think the way that they can do this instead is to actually send characters to the wrestling ring. So what will happen is you send up to 4 wrestlers to battle opponents, and the more you send, the quicker you can complete the match. So basically, if you click on the little wrestling ring, it opens up a screen, and in that screen you will have the wrestlers that you send. So for example, you send Captain Flag, Dr. Bonebreak, and Honest Abe, and to verse Osama bin Rotten and his 4 kind of minions. I think they could just reuse this little NPC that's in Captain Flag's animation. I think that'd be fine. I'm not so bothered about what the kind of random NPC looks like. So obviously you can send up to 4 wrestlers to battle opponents. The more you send, the quicker you can complete the match. Premium characters give high rewards for matches complete. So there's 2 types of fights: practice fights and boss fights. So if you send 1 character, the thing will take 12 hours. 2 characters, it will be 8 hours. 3 characters, 6 hours, and 4 characters, it will only be 4 hours. And after waiting however many hours, you must basically tap to finish the battle. So it'll be a simple kind of tapping thing. So once, say, the 4 hours is up, or let's say once the 6 hours is up, you've sent these 3 wrestlers to verse these 4 wrestlers. You have to basically just tap to defeat them. Very simple. Nothing too difficult to code. Nothing too difficult for the Tap creators to add. It's fairly easy, I would say. So yeah, that's what I'm proposing. So the currency, event currency. So this will be the event currency. You got passports, wrestling spandex, anger management handbooks, and face masks. Each act currency is earned through practice / boss fighting. So the current rosters, these will be the ones that you can unlock with the token, plus these will be the ones you can use in the fancy wrestling ring at first. Obviously, once you start to unlock new characters, you can also send those characters as well, but the ones that you will be able to send is obviously all the wrestlers from last update, so Captain Flag, Dr. Bonebreak, Iron Yuppie, Werner von Braun, Rumbelina, the Beefy Bishop, and Rasputin, the Friendly Russian. And then you can also send the sumo wrestling guy, Strongman Homer, Honest Abe, and Gorgeous Grandpa, Muscle Marge, and Bare Chest Willie. So there will be a guilds deal, which will be the Wild Irishman with Max Fifth Avenue for 180 donuts. Now this is a little pricey, but it will earn ×3 of the act currency, as in the Wild Irishman. I know the Wild Irishman is a picture that was seen. He's not actually a character who appears, but they did it with the Beefy Bishop, so I'm bending the rules and I'm saying, yeah, let's add him as a full playable character. So yeah, moving on. So in the store, when Act 1 drops, you will be able to get Uncle Slam, nice little blurry image of him there, with the US Supreme Court for 150 donuts. Very cool building at least, and pretty cool character, sure, let's go with that. Obviously he's a blink and you miss it, but I don't know, I think he's got the coolest thing going for him out of all the kind of blink and you miss it wrestlers. Moving on, so Osama Bin Rotten challenges Honest Abe to a match and he accepts, but in order for the match to go ahead, Bin Rotten must pass Springfield's immigration process. Abe asks the mayor to allow Bin Rotten into the town, but he is against it, so you make Abe bribe the mayor, make wrestlers do practice fights, and to earn passports, and this will unlock the Springfield Immigration and Naturalization Service, which you can obviously see right here. The mayor agrees to let Osama Bin Rotten in as long as Honest Abe is backed up with an established fighter. A bunch of wrestlers come forward, but the mayor wants it to be random and fair, so you make the mayor pick a random wrestler, make Abe pick a partner, make wrestlers do practice fights to earn passports, and this will unlock a token. So this token will obviously be used to unlock any of these kind of items with their buildings. And obviously if you've got all of them, then you can convert this into donuts. Moving on. Uncle Slam tells Abe that before he fights Osama Bin Rotten, he must have a specific finishing move to defeat him. Abe asks what he does, and Uncle Slam tells Abe he slams him, but that is copyrighted by the USA. Make Abe come up with a finishing move, make wrestlers do practice fights, and this will unlock the fridge with the chair. So obviously this is something Abe does in the Gorgeous Grandpa episode. He chucks someone in this fridge, so yeah. Skinner asks Abe if this Osama Bin Rotten is going to be a threat to Springfield. Uncle Slam tells Skinner that he's just a wrestler, he's not like an actual threat or anything. It's not like an actual, he's not actually Osama Bin Laden. But Skinner is concerned about him coming to town, so he makes Skinner practice precautions. Make Skinner make precautions, make Abe get ready to fight, and make wrestlers do practice fights, and this will unlock Fort Springfield as a building. Really, really cool. It would be awesome to get that. And Osama Bin Rotten is now ready to fight. Honest Abe tells him he'll be no match for him, so you make Abe fight Osama Bin Rotten, make make Skinner prepare his troops, and make wrestlers fight Osama Bin Rotten to earn passports, and this will unlock Osama Bin Rotten as a full playable character. Although the only time we see him, he's knocked out on the floor. But it's much better than just being in a pitch, I guess. Anyway, Act 2 comes along. Olaf Johnson with the Swedish Embassy for 150 donuts. He's a Swedish wrestler, so I figured, hell, why not? I think it's maybe the Swedish consulate, but whatever you want to call it. So after defeating Osama Bin Rotten, Grandpa is more than ready to fight for his next fight. Dr. Hillbilly tells Honest Abe he must defeat the only man who almost defeated him, Babyface Palooka. Abe laughs, telling Dr. Hillbilly that he used to beat that schmuck all the time in the old days. Make Grandpa dig up old memories, make Osama Bin Rotten join Honest Abe's team, make wrestlers practice fight to earn spandex, and this will unlock Gorgeous Grandpa's storage locker. So I know that we obviously have the storage locker where this locker is located, the location that it's located. We already have that in the game, but what I say they do is, obviously, because there's multiple storage lockers, it's not just like one, or it's not just like one row, it's like multiple different rows. So just add like a row of 3, so there'll be like a one kind of closed one here, another closed one here, and then the one in the middle's open. It's got like boxes, maybe some of the Honest Abe stuff in there as well. Just as a building, why not? And then obviously if you have the storage locker from the All American auction, you can kind of just put it next to it if you want to decorate it. I don't know. I think that could work. Mr. Burns asks if Grandpa would like a sponsor for his upcoming fight, and he yearns to see Abe defeat Palooka again. Make Abe consider a sponsorship. Make Mr. Burns offer Abe a sponsorship. Make wrestlers practice fight, and this will unlock a token. Abe accepts the sponsorship and asks what it is. Mr. Burns tells him that the sponsorship is for a new art gallery he is opening, and he wants an exhibit of paintings of Grandpa in his wrestling pose. Make Grandpa pose for paintings. Make Mr. Burns supervise the painting, and make wrestlers practice fight, and this will unlock the wrestling painter. So just a little decoration, this kind of guy, and maybe when you click on him, he starts painting. Abe is horrified by the exhibit, telling Mr. Burns that it glorifies his older and shameful tactics. Olaf tells him that this is what I'm terrible. Him that it's all worth it if the crowds love a bad if the crowds love a bad guy turn good guy. I didn't even know what I was trying to write there. The crowds love it when a bad guy turns to good, basically. So you make Honest Abe renounce his past ways, make Mr. Burns get mad, make wrestlers practice fight, and this will unlock the gorgeous Grandpa picture, as you can see here. Or the Godfrey picture if you want. Olaf tells Abe that his image is in good standing, and he is ready to fight babyface Palooka, who is less than enthusiastic to fight. Maybe he's just like, I don't want to fight. Make Abe fight babyface Palooka, make Mr. Burns profit from the fight, make wrestlers fight babyface Palooka, and this will unlock babyface Palooka. So obviously, just like with the Osama bin Rotten thing, basically, babyface Palooka will be here, you'll have some minions, and you have to send wrestlers to fight him, say for 4 hours, 12 hours, whatever. And then once you're done with the fight, you have to tap it to actually earn the rewards. Moving on. Act 3, the Barnacle Bills Anger Management Center with Half-Mast for 150 donuts. This building was seen fully, it just kind of panned. So Abe demands Dr. Hillbilly stop denying the inevitable and fight him one-on-one, but Dr. Hillbilly tells Abe that his sidekick must fight his sidekick to prove himself. Abe is confused, and Dr. Hillbilly reminds him of beautiful Bart. Make babyface Palooka join Honest Abe's team. Make Abe convince Bart to fight. Make Bart get in a wrestling spirit. Make wrestlers practice fight to earn anger management handbooks, and this will unlock beautiful Bart as a skin for Bart. So yeah. The Tiny Titan tells Abe that he is Dr. Hillbilly's new sidekick and he is ready to beat Bart in a fight. Abe brags that Bart will easily win, but Bart tells Abe that he really has no idea how to wrestle. Make Abe train Bart, make Bart learn moves, make wrestlers practice fight, and this will unlock token. Obviously, Beautiful Bart, this is the kind of pseudonym alias that Bart has in the Gorgeous Grandpa episode. Yeah, I was kind of surprised they didn't add it in the wrestling update, so that's kind of why it makes me think they're going to do a part 2, but yeah, they could definitely add this, and it would be cool to get. So Half-Mast tells Bart that he really needs to have like a jazz to his entrance, as the sidekick's purpose is to make good first impressions and win fight second. So Bart asks what he can do to improve, and Half-Mast recommends that he gets a new wig, as the current one is far too scrappy. So you make Bart look for new wigs, make Abe train Bart with Bart, make wrestlers practice fight, and this will unlock the Elegant Scandal, as you can see here, which is kind of a strip club. I just kind of threw it in and tried my best to tie it. Bart doesn't really want to go inside the building, and Abe tells him that he really shouldn't, and he will go inside to get Bart a new wig. But in the meantime, Bart can collect the other items they need to make a great entrance. So you make Grandpa visit Elegant Scandal, make Bart help bring the show to life, and make wrestlers practice fight, and this will unlock the Wrestling Chariot, as you can see here. Pretty cool little decoration. Again, I'm very surprised they didn't add this in the episode. This was obviously in the Gorgeous Grandpa episode. So the Tiny Titan demands the fight begins, and Abe tells Bart that he is more than ready to win. So you make beautiful Bart fight the Tiny Titan, make Abe watch him with pride, make wrestlers fight the Tiny Titan, and this will eventually, when you do your little battle, you will unlock the Tiny Titan. Again, another character that made only a appearance through a picture, but regardless, we're going with it. Bam! Act 4. El Bombastico with Channel Onco. So obviously El Bombastico, although we made a picture appearance, at least it wasn't something in the background. It was like on screen full. So yeah, obviously he's a Spanish wrestler, so I figured why not add him with Channel Onco, which is obviously the Spanish version of Channel 4, I guess. Anyway, Channel 6. I keep saying Channel 4. It's where Bumblebee Man works, essentially. So yeah, 150 donuts, pretty cool. So Abe starts taunting Dr. Hillbilly that all his opponents have been weak and easy to defeat, and now are all on his side. He demands to defeat Dr. Hillbilly once and for all. So but El Bombastico warns Abe that Dr. Hillbilly is a dirty cheater and will try and cheat to win. But Abe tells him that there is no real rules in wrestling anyway. So you make Abe taunt and flaunt, make Bart consider the warning, make the Tiny Titan join Honest Abe, make wrestlers practice fight to earn face masks. And this will unlock the Gorgeous Grandpa attire display, as you can see right here. Ken Brockman reports that the pre-match fighting is doing exceptionally well. Dr. Bonebrick has been beaten by his wife, Captain Flag has destroyed the friendly Russian, and now they're nearing to the final fight. Make Abe prepare, make Kent Brockman report the scores, make Bart check the ring, and make wrestlers earn face masks, and this will unlock the token. Bart tells Abe to hold off as they can't fight in the middle of nowhere, and they should have a proper venue. Abe agrees, so you make Abe search for a venue, make Bart search for a venue, make wrestlers earn face masks, and this will unlock the Gee, Your Hair Smells Terrific arena. Just a random arena, again. Kind of random, I just kind of threw it in there, but whatever. Grandpa is appalled at the arena and that Bart chose, and so is Dr. Hillbilly. Abe tells him the fight is to fight him now and stop dilly-dallying. Yeah, let's go with that. Make Abe fight Dr. Hillbilly, make wrestlers practice fight, and this will unlock the trophy pile, which you can see right here. Dr. Hillbilly, oh my god. I love the title. You can tell that I wrote this like really late. Some of these typos are awful. I never knew how I could do this so badly. I'm actually kind of embarrassed, and I'm now considering going. It's too late. It's too late in the recording. I'm going to admit to my typos. Dr. Hillbilly wins by forcing Grandpa in a fridge, one of his old moves. Dr. Hillbilly glows in the victory, but Bart reveals that he cheated by using a foreign-made fridge. Uncle Slam inspects it and concludes that this is true, and as per the handbook, it says that a fridge may be only used if said fridge is manufactured in the States. God damn it, there you go. Random weird loophole rule. So you make Abe demand a rematch, make Bart present the evidence, make Abe fight Dr. Hillbilly, and make wrestlers fight Dr. Hillbilly. And this, eventually, when you do your little tapping battle, you will unlock Dr. Hillbilly as a full playable character. And then the epilogue, Dr. Hillbilly is defeated and swears that in a year he will get a rematch. Just a little tease for Wrestling Free. Abe tells him this update theme is already milked to the bare maximum. So you make Abe take his trophy, make Dr. Hillbilly admit defeat, and that ends the event. And then after the event, you can still send wrestlers to fight NPCs and each other in the fancy wrestling ring. So let's move on to some tasks. So the Wild Irishman, smoke pipe for 60 minutes, practice moves for 4 hours, tip his hat for 6 hours, wash spandex for 8 hours, body slam for 12 hours, and browse Max 5th Avenue for 24 hours. For Uncle Slam, we've got Slam Osama Bin Laden, him just slamming the dude on the ground for 60 minutes. Sing the national anthem for 4 hours, that could be at the US Supreme Court. Speak to the troops for 6 hours, that'll be at Fort Springfield. Judge immigrants for 8 hours, obviously at the immigration place. Revel in applause for 12 hours, him just kind of almost flaunting, I guess. And address the Supreme Court for 24 hours. For Osama Bin Laden, we got try and get up from a knockout for 60 minutes, him attempting to kind of get up as he's on the floor. Sneak into Fort Springfield for 4 hours. Watch foreign wrestlers for 8 hours. That could be anywhere, Brown House, I guess. Practice punching for 12 hours. This will be animated. I forgot to put the A, but this will be animated. Him just punching. And then hide in the Immigration and Naturalization Service for 24 hours. And then we got Olaf Get Hit by a Chair for 60 minutes. It will be Gorgeous Grandpa slamming a chair over his back. Campaign for new rules for 4 hours with the Wrestling Pavilion. Apply for citizenship for 6 hours. This will be at the Immigration Naturalization Service. Trash Godfrey's Legacy for 8 hours. This will be at the Gorgeous Grandpa Storage Locker. Complain to the referee for 12 hours. We'll spawn a little referee, as you can see here, and he'll be just him complaining. And then hide in the Swedish Embassy for 24 hours. Babyface Palooka. Fight Grandpa for 60 minutes. There'll be a little animation of the two of them fighting. Train to fight Abe for 4 hours. Probably the Wrestling Pavilion. Rematch with Dr. Hillbilly for 8 hours, probably Wrestling Pavilion. Wallow in Defeat for 12 hours, it'll be him kind of crying and getting annoyed at himself. And Consider a New Career for 24 hours, it could be the Brown House really. Half-Mast, we've got Showboat for 60 minutes, it'll be him kind of cheering as he's doing there. Get a New Sidekick for 4 hours. Fight Tiny Titan for 6 hours. Train with Captain Flag for 8 hours. Flaunt his American Cape for 12 hours, him doing just that, and go to Anger Management for 24 hours. Beautiful Bart, we got Showboat for 60 minutes, animation, again, him just kind of showboating. Search for a new outfit for 4 hours, that could be at the Elegant Scandal. Fight the Tiny Titan for 8 hours at the Pavilion. Become Laddie Liberty for 12 hours, it'll be him like this. And then fight Half-Mast for 24 hours, obviously at the Wrestling Pavilion. And then with the Tiny Titan, Flex for 60 minutes animation, him flexing his muscles. Warm up for a fight for 4 hours. Fight with Beautiful Bart for 8 hours. Helmet charge for 12 hours, him charging with his little Viking helmet. And then research Viking heritage for 24 hours. Probably the Brown House, that one. El Bombastico, celebrate a victory for 60 minutes, animation, him just celebrating. Fight Dr. Hillbilly for 4 hours, obviously doing that. Wash Kate for 6 hours. Help translate wrestling shows into Spanish, this will be at Channel Onco for 8 hours. Punch through a wall for 12 hours, it will be him at a wall punching it. Maybe punching a hole through it, and then recording wrestling a match for 24 hours over at Channel Onco, and then finally Dr. Hillbilly, flex muscles for 60 minutes animation. I know I've got loads of flex, but I honestly just don't know what else to put. Teach medicine for 4 hours, fight Dr. Honest Abe, do an operation for 12 hours animation. This will spawn this little weird NPC dude who appears in oh, you know the one I'm on about, this one. This guy. It will spawn this guy, and Dr. Hillbilly will just be operating on him. And then fight for championship for 24 hours. That will be at the Wrestling Pavilion. So that concludes my event. I apologise for the typos, and I apologise for my kind of tangents and loss of thoughts and terrible way of phrasing things. It always happens. Whenever there's something new I come up with, it's really hard to explain it, so I end up just being quite rambly, so I do apologise. But I hope you understood it anyway, understood what I was trying to propose. But yeah, that's my idea for what they should do if they really want to do a wrestling event, a part 2, and they need to stick, they really want to stick with the kind of blink and you miss it characters, then I think this is probably the best way they can make it good. There's not great characters in here, and that's for sure. Some of the characters aren't great, but certainly there's some really cool buildings in here. There's some really cool decorations as well, I guess, and I don't know, there's a cool little mini game there as well, which you can go to after. So this is just my solution for if they really want to do a Simpsons Wrestling Part 2. Well, this is what they can do to make it better. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Tell me your thoughts. Do you think that this would fly as a decent update? Let me know. I know the characters aren't great, but I that's what I wanted to work with, and I don't know. I think it's not terrible. I feel like this one, maybe I'm tooting my own horn, but I feel like this one would be better than the original Simpsons Wrestling. But like I said, tell me your thoughts, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Goodbye.